Alrighty guys, it's Nate here from TN Garage. We're in Fort Collins, Colorado right now on a business trip, and I just so happen to have a Dodge Hornet 2024 RTE all-wheel drive as a loaner, so I thought I'd do a good review for you guys. But first, as everybody knows, when you go into a hotel room as a little kid, you got to test the bed out. So I'm going to be an adult kid and test the bed out first. Oh yeah. Oh! Okay. Springs aren't there very well, but still bed. But first, let's go ahead and review the window sticker. I pulled that up on my phone. Here it is. So we got a 24 Hornet RTE all-wheel drive. Our total price is, with options, is $43,490. So not the cheapest car. I thought it would have been a little cheaper, to be honest. But to be honest with you, the 1.3 i4 turbo engine, I think it puts out somewhere around 200 horsepower. So I'll look that up and tell you guys. But coming from my Ram TRX, I was surprised. The thing's has guts to it. So you'll see that in my driving review. But we just so happen to be an hour from Rocky Mountain National Park. So I'm going to take it to Rocky Mountain National Park and do some national park stuff and review the car for you guys. See if I can get it in some snow, maybe up the mountains a little bit. So that should be interesting. But first, let me go give you a good walk around. It has the leather ready seats, which feel a little weird, but they're okay. I just don't know how they would clean. But show you some of the features of the car. I want to charge it so I can give you the full electric or the hybrid mode. Right now it's deader than dead on the electric, but I want to give you a little drive in the electric and the difference between the two. But there we go. Here's the start to the great video. Like and subscribe, guys. So here's the 24 Dodge Hornet, finished in gray cray exterior paint with the graphic aluminum wheels and the Dodge labeled calipers. This is the gas door, which you open on the driver's controls. And over here is where you charge the car. As you can see, we have no charge. It's dead. Here's an annoying feature about a $43,000 car. It does not have a power lift gate. The button would be right here. As you see, there's nothing there. You got these buttons up here that lock and unlock, and that's about it. Under here, it looks like you have no spare tire. Maybe it's under there, I can't tell. Fix it flat and an air compressor, or sorry, this is called fix and go. Same idea as fix it flat, and your home charger. Up here in the front, you got hood louvers, which actually work. That 1.3 liter with turbo, as you can see, they actually work. So small little engine, but it's 288 horsepower, which is pretty good for a small car. And it really does look like an Alfa Romeo. Let me show you the back seat. As a 6'3" man, I fit okay. I was driving, so the seat's set for somebody my size driving. You can see my knees are into the seats, but I fit. My head hits, but it's not the most room, but it is a small car, so it's a little tight. Here's your leather ready seats with cloth in the middle. I don't know why they just didn't do the leather ready all the way or cloth all the way, but I guess they decided that looks best. But that's your Dodge Hornet on the outside. Next, we'll go over the screen and the screen for the digital dash. Then we'll get her to the Rockies. We're gonna put this thing hard to work. It's gonna be crazy, maybe. It always gets crazy in the Rockies, I'm not gonna lie. Alrighty guys, we're gonna go over the digital dash and the screen over here. So let's start on the screen. As you can see, we have Apple CarPlay, your standard Apple CarPlay, pretty normal. So let's go home. You can change this screen however you like it, add the different pages. You got music, you got your comfort, you can change all the heat and AC controls there, but you can also do it down here. That's pretty standard. Then on the vehicle screen, you can go to My Car, you can see when you have service within, different stuff like that. Driver mode, Explorer, e-Traction Sport, all with just shows you all the different systems. Full electric Sport, e-Safe. Oh, so that's showing you what the different modes. So that's your different modes you have. hybrid e-Save electric. It shows you what's doing with the all-wheel drive and stuff like that. As you can see in the e-Hybrid screen on Sunday, when I did have battery charge, I was using the battery and the engine regeneration. As you can see, I've been charging a little bit on my braking, a lot on Sunday when I really drove. So here's your performance. So you got 12-volt battery gauge, which that's pretty nice to have, so you can see if your battery's charging, your drainage temperature, your oil temperature. Then you got technical gauges with your turbo and your torque. So I'll show you that while we're driving, see what kind of PSI we're getting on that turbo. You can turn the screen off. You can look at your review camera, which is okay camera. It's slightly pixelated in this just a little. It's what I would expect for a Dodge Hornet. Settings, you can change setting. So that's your screen over here. That's pretty standard. Down here you got your gear shifter, your parking brake. You can do the volume on the radio down here too. This is your sport mode button, and right now we're in hybrid, and then you can turn sport mode on. It comes up over there. And then if you put in drive and you shift over to manual, it's got these huge paddle shifters you can use to shift the gears. It pops up on the screen which gear you're in. So we're at M2, shift down, M1. It's pretty standard. So over here, my one suggestion to Dodge is change this square button. Put menu. Okay, it took me a little while to figure out how to scroll the screen, but if you hit this, it'll illuminate the part of the dash, and you can scroll on the scroller and scroll through and change it to the different screens. There's a lot of different choices, so that's pretty standard, so you can do that. And then on the windshield washer button, if you hit the end of it, it changes the speedo and the tachometer and stuff like that. Pretty standard. And it really shows that it's like an Alfa Romeo, because the speedometer is always to the left, just like foreign cars, which is a little weird for a Dodge, but hey, that's what they like, that's what they like. Then you got your e-Drive button, so you can put in the 3 hybrid, electric, or e-Save. And then you got your cruise control. That's pretty standard. Your adaptive cruise, adjusting how far back you are. And then while you're driving, if you hit the end of this, you can turn off the lane keep. So does that. My another complaint to Dodge after driving it as a 6'3" man, which I'm not that tall, is they could have made a better design on this A-pillar, made the roof slightly higher or something, because every time I get out, I whack my head. Oh. Yeah, it's hard. Unless you slope down in the seat, or just like if you're looking over here while you're driving, if you don't slope down, you also whack your head on that. So it's a bad design. They could have made the roof higher, did something. It's annoying. And also, they put the gas pedal so far to the right, with my big feet, it catches the brake pedal pretty easily. It's trying to go back, as you can see. So maybe a little better on that, but let's get driving this, show you the performance, and then take her in the snow and up the mountains. Should be interesting. I really hope I don't get it stuck. That'd be embarrassing with a rental car. But hey, I'm gonna do what I gotta do for you guys to show you how this Hornet performs actually. If I should maybe get rid of my TRX and get a Hornet, I don't know. I gotta see what this thing can do before I make the decision in my head. So I did the official internet search on the Dodge Hornet horsepower output, and as you can see, it's 288 horsepower with 383 foot-pounds of torque. So for a small car, that's not bad. Alrighty guys, we're out driving this Dodge Hornet. We're on our way into the mountains, as you can see, to that national park. So let me do a couple quick hits. Which, as you see, will put you back in your seat a little bit. This car is really small. Like for $43,000, I feel like you can get a lot bigger of a car, but it's pretty responsive on the throttle. I hate that it doesn't have a real switch for a turn signal. It's just, you hit it, it's a really weird feeling. I don't really like the turn signal. But right now we're in hybrid mode, just cruising, and it's pretty quiet in here. It sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and put it in sport mode. Let me go ahead and roll the window down, and I'll give it a quick little rip. It sounds pretty good. I mean, you can hear that it gets a little bit. As you can see, we're driving into the beautiful mountains. The steering, it's pretty responsive steering. Nice leather wrapped steering wheel. Let's wind her around this. It's a little wet right now. Wind her around these mountain roads and see how she does. Yeah, it does pretty good. Roosevelt National Forest. Wow, it's beautiful out here, guys. It's a little hard for me to find somewhere to charge it, so I'm probably not going to be able to do the electrical part on this, but you can pretty much understand the ideal. But we're going to try to get it in some snow. We're going to drive it up really steep roads and see how she really performs. But yeah, the steering is really good. It's wrapping right around all these turns nicely. Throttle response, it's got a really good throttle response for a car this small. So alrighty, let me get her up on some snow and on some really steep roads and see where it really performs. Alrighty guys, so we're in the national park now. As you can see, I got a little bit of battery charge, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a hit here. So you really can't hear the car. It sounds like every other electric car. That's pretty normal. So let's see what happens. Drive this thing up. I'm hoping to see some snow. Maybe a steep road, maybe a little dirt road. Let's see what we can find. So we're starting to see snow. Beautiful views off to our left. Quite a bit of snow. It's starting to get colder. So let's see how this all-wheel drive holds up in some mountain snow. Hopefully we get to a slightly snow-covered road or something. Just ripping it through the mountains, baby. I gotta say, this car I don't hate, but I don't love. So I'm thinking I might have to stick to the TRX, but I gotta see how she handles in the snow. Now we're really starting to see some real snow. Don't really know where I am exactly, to be honest, but it's awfully gorgeous out here. My one thing is, I had it in the electric mode and I had like 15 miles of range, and I hit it a few times. I feel like it really skyrocketed down in charge pretty quickly when you try to drive fast, stuff like that. Now we're really getting up here. We're 11,000 feet up, the car says. Oh, road closed ahead. Well, we won't be going that way, I guess. Yep, the road is closed. Thinking that that's gonna be the end of this video, guys. Like, subscribe, stay tuned. Beautiful shot of the mountain, but like, subscribe, stay tuned. We got a lot of cars we're building right now. My official review on this Dodge Hornet, I'd say If this is what you're looking for, a small, mid-sized car with a little bit of horsepower, it's a pretty good car. It's pretty solidly built. I'd say go ahead and buy it. Thank you for watching, guys.